Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to complete the micronutrient charts. We're still kind of doing the same thing that we were doing for macronutrients. We're just looking at the micronutrients now. So if you're up here, you hit reports, then you still see this drop down menu. First thing we're looking at is sodium. So I would go here, I would go to sodium. I would once again find the average of my two numbers. So 4531 plus 1890 equals divided by 2. And then I would write down how much sodium I had. So 3,210 and a half milligrams of sodium. It's saying, was I over, under, or meet my goal? I was clearly over. It says if over, so this applies to me because I was over. How can I lower it? What types of foods do I need to replace that were high in sodium? And then if under, how did I keep it low? What did you eat that was low in sodium? So I would go here and I would look at my screenshots and I would want to look at what had sodium in my diet. Usually I'm going to look at the things that cause me to eat the most sodium because that makes it easier for me to get that number down. So here it says that my top ramen was 1,820 milligrams of sodium. We talked about this in class. It's a big amount of sodium in processed and packaged foods. And so I would then fill out the chart. So it says here, what do I need to replace that is high in sodium? So then I would say I am going to replace my ramen noodles with homemade chicken and noodles to reduce my sodium. Now, the reason that I'm saying homemade chicken and noodles is because I could make them at home and then I am not getting them from a can, because if I get them from a can, I'm running into the same problem. Processed packaged foods are high in sodium. So will that necessarily help my number? I'm not sure. So then you go to cholesterol, you do the little drop down, you take the average. I'm not going to do that, but you would put the number here. Clearly, I can see just if I'm looking at these two numbers that I'm under. Then I would say whether I was under or I met. And then it says what types of foods are high in cholesterol, what food in my diet had the most cholesterol. So I would go back to my screenshots. I would look at cholesterol, and then I would go down the line and I would see what had cholesterol. You guys should see a trend here. A hamburger, chicken nuggets, an egg. Here we go. We've got milk, turkey, salmon. So if you see the trend on what has cholesterol, so then I would explain what types of foods had cholesterol, and then I would also list specific foods in my diet that were high in cholesterol. For calcium, you're not going to actually find the average. You're just going to kind of eye it like I kind of did there. Calcium, where is it? It's at the bottom. Clearly, I'm looking at these. This is my red line. The reason you're not finding the average is because this is the percentage of your recommended daily amount. I was under, okay, because I clearly didn't have enough. So then it says, did you read the recommended daily amount? Yes or no? I would write no. And then it says, if over, that doesn't apply to me. I was under, what can I add to my diet to increase calcium? So I would need to write foods that have calcium. If you don't know, you go foods with calcium. And then you would write something that you would actually eat that has calcium, okay? And then you have finished the micronutrient portion of this project.